What's up, you pretty people? From my point of view, a big move is just around the corner, so you should start getting excited. This is because of a lot of different things. First, Trump's strategy has changed again and is now very bullish. You can tell this from the things he posts on social media. There will probably be a huge wave soon. I also think that the technicals back this up, the headlines and of course the amount of cash that will be in the system. I'm back to the same amounts of optimism that I had right before I started what I called the election supercycle in November. This might happen a little later than 30 days from now, but I think it will happen sometime in that time frame. But based on what I've seen so far, I think rockets will be out within the next month. Flames like no other. Now that we know why this is important, let's talk about the news. What the geopolitics, we'll talk about the news about treasuries and XRP, then we'll talk about the technicals and what I'm doing right now to take advantage of this. After that, you can decide for yourself what you think the case might be. Now, with that said, I'd like to let you know that I am currently in Bitcoin 2025 Vegas. Wow, this event is really cool. There are a lot of people building in cryptocurrency right now that I can see. I have to say that a lot has changed since 2021 when I went to all of those events. For those of you who are new, that was the last bull run. In 2021, I saw a lot of projects that weren't building anything. Simple buzzwords like utility, tokenomics, and community were all they used. And they thought that would be enough to get a lot of people interested in their new NFT project or whatever project they were working on. In fact, though, it was nothing. They weren't building anything useful. There is a big difference this time because almost everyone I see working on blockchain projects, whether they're for XRP, Bitcoin, or another cryptocurrency, are actually making the world a better place in some way. It doesn't feel like as big of a bubble as it did in 2021. Take a look at how NFTs are right now. They've never come close to where they were before. If you look at cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and XRP, they're at all-time highs, right? This year, both XRP and Bitcoin reach a new all-time high. So this really backs up my point. But a lot more of what I'm going to say here will back it up even more, where these projects will work because they are building things that people can use in the real world, saving them money and time and generally making their lives better. That's my main point. I'm going to back that up. I'm going to show you why I think XRP will be the best. As we can see, President Trump was very happy with the 50% tax that was given to the EU. Trump also says that the EU will let the European countries trade with the US. It's clear that this is great. We want there to be more trade between countries. We want more people to trade with each other around the world using cryptocurrency. These are all things that are taking place. Did you miss it? Dubai just opened the world's first real estate fund based on tokenized XRP. Yes, I'm using XRPL. This is truly amazing. But this is a huge, huge deal for the whole world. XRP is being used to tokenize real estate funds and other things like that. How quickly will they see how it helps them? Given that individuals can bring in money from around the world, it will be obvious for all to participate in this. I am very looking forward to that kind of growth and all the other good things that will happen because of these trade deals with all these countries. I will say that we're not out of the woods yet when it comes to the business. There are still a few red flags that need to be dealt with. For me, the main thing that worries me is our mortgage bills. Even though interest rates have gone down and banks are still putting a lot of pressure on people with credit card debt, they keep going up from year to year. They're not going to lower their rates with the Fed. It's also true in Europe. It's the same over there. This is true in the US and all of these other wealthy countries as well. So this is something that needs to be dealt with right away. It is clear that banks are still having a little trouble. In order for many of these banks to get more business, they might need to add Bitcoin and stablecoins to the services they offer. There are already a lot of banks working on this. Some deals have already been made with the XRPL and they plan to add their own stablecoins to the mix. Plans are in place for that. This is likely how they will deal with this problem. Any way you look at it, the problem has still not been fully solved yet, so keep an eye on that. Now, to talk about cryptocurrencies in particular, Trump's media are announcing a $2.5 billion 0-cents deal to build a Bitcoin. That's really strange. So Trump's media are putting a lot of effort into Bitcoin, lots of money coming in, billions of dollars. The same thing is being done by Michael Saylor. Do I think that these billions of dollars will help the price of XRP go up? Most likely not at first. But as presidents, successful business people, and other people keep putting a lot of money into the space, it will finally bring in more money as it becomes more well-known. Stores all over the world will see that, and they will finally do the same. I've seen this happen every time there was a bull run. Because of this, more older people and Trump supporters who haven't used Bitcoin before will start to do so. There are going to be more people who follow Michael Saylor who were maybe a little less sure about getting deeper into cryptocurrency before. Okay, I believe this is a net win in the long run, but it will be some time before we can tell for sure. In the United States of America too, something truly amazing is taking place. Consumer trust in the US is rising to 98, which is higher than expected. This is a very important historical person. In fact, it's really amazing to see how much US consumer trust has grown in the past few years. I need to say something. That's pretty cool, guys. Basically, yes, people in the US are very sure of themselves. Data on inflation is going to be coming in soon, you know. I'm really looking forward to that in a few days. It seems like Trump just likes putting billions of dollars in. We still have a problem with our debt, but trade deals are still going on. The charts look pretty interesting when we look at them. Now we're going to look at Bitcoin. And we can see that the stochastic RSI is indeed too low, which means that when we look at the 15-minute mark on one day, it tells a slightly different story. In the short run, there is a little bit of a move up. We're already on the blue line in the middle. We can see that that is a nice thing. You can see this. This is the plan for one day. We are now moving up. When it comes to XRP, it's the same thing. Most of the time, XRP is a little behind Bitcoin. XRP was still sold for a lot less than it was worth on this day. Just remember that. I personally buy every red day here. Of course, due to being busy and on a flight, I didn't buy right away. Such as this one I bought, and I will buy a lot more on any other red days we have here. We've been moving very slowly so far. Once more, every time we've been oversold before, we've had a blow off top. Take a look at this case. There were big green candles for us. Right now, here's another one. There were nice big green candles for us. This March was also a great month for this, right? Also, everyone remembers November. We were also oversold in December and November of that year. Yeah, there are a lot of examples of times when we were oversold and then there was a huge boom in the following, 8 to 3 days. From what I've seen, you really don't want to miss these. You'll kick yourself in the rear end for not buying more if you do. So I'm going to buy more, right? This is the technical help for the news. This is the sports support right now. I mean, the fact that crypto usage is growing around the world definitely backs up that whole idea that we're making a big move. For that reason, I'm not going to miss it. And if we go down, I will thank God for giving me this amazing chance. I'm going to make the most of it. Listen up, guys. I'm going to buy. I'm using credit to buy. I plan to buy for a long time. About 15% of my portfolio is in futures dealing right now, so I do both. The other 85% is long-term holding right now.